I was the only boy growing up, and I had to, when on the farm, I was playing the crop tobacco when I was 10 years old. Me and my 4 sisters, we lost our father when I was 25 months old. And the one that caught it hard was my mother. My mother was the glue that kept my family together. She was a hard-working woman. She loved her faith. She loved her children. She loved flowers. She loved friends. She loved everything. But she was a hard-working person. We didn't have no such thing as a child's law back in those days. You had to work. She wanted you to work. We were called sharecroppers. Somebody owned the land, which it wanted us. Somebody else owned the home. We didn't own the house. We owned what was in the house. We tended the land. Most time it would be 3 or 4 families. It was actually 4 families that worked the farm that I grew up on. Every morning, during the plowing time or work time, if I had to plow, my mother would get me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now this was before daylight saving time, so really it would be 5 o'clock, okay? And I would go get the mule at the stable. I would harness it. I would go get the plow. I would go to the field. It would still be too dark to go to plowing. I would wait until the sun came up enough so I could see down the first row. And I would go to plowing tobacco, corn, whatever had to be done. I would run to school. If school was out, I'd run home, take them clothes off, put my work clothes on, go get the mule, and plow to dark. It was something to do on a farm all the time. I started off running a hanging line. When I was a poor boy, I worked on the warehouse floors. I got to see the tobacco sold. I was fascinated with the auctioneers. They sold a pile of tobacco. Every 6 to 8 seconds, they'll sell that pile. You regularly go into the next pile, right on Leonard Road. Later on, they made me a vice president of the whole corporation. We had operations in 40 different countries. The countries that I spent most time, as I said, counted 17 years. I worked in markets from Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, worked Maryland, all of Kentucky, Tennessee, into Ohio, Indiana. I went to Africa for 17 years also, Italy, 17 years. And when I was doing all of this traveling and everything else, that's when I was staying at home for about 2 months out of the year. I enjoyed the work. I met lots of friends. Tobacco people were just like a family. You might be competitors. There weren't that many of us in a lot of these places we went. You were competitors in the daytimes, but at nighttime you were friends. You had to be. And we didn't discuss our business or nothing like that at night. That was Dibrell Brothers was started as a family company. And it had the greatest employees that I have ever worked with. If you didn't know the answer, and none of us know the answer to everything come up. If I was lucky enough to be in this building the 2 months that I might be here, 3 months, whatever it was, I didn't know the answer. I knew who to go see that would give me the answer. And I didn't feel like an idiot to go and ask them. And they didn't feel like I was an idiot because I came and asked. Because if they wanted a favor, and if I could, they came and I did the same thing back. It was more like a family working together. I want to be remembered as being honest, truthful, and I want to be remembered by being able to say that I told the truth. Because if I tell the truth, I can remember what I say. If I go to telling tales, I forget most of what, and I don't know what I done said.